Dad was a very strong figure. Me, when I look at my dad, not just my dad, my mum as well. You know, I look at where they come from. You know what they sacrificed for us. You know, they never used to be able to speak English. You know, they found it difficult. You know, they lived in the Salvation Army for many years, and you know, and to see people that have come from a silly little village that no one will ever hear of in London, to come to the centre of England where it's all hype and bright lights and concrete, and to turn around and look at them, and after 25, 30 years to have created a good family. They wanted to see the new life, do you know what I mean? And this is, I think, one of the reasons why I tried to keep their legacy going a little bit, you know what I mean? And I put it into my children as well, and never forget where you come from. Never forget what they sacrificed for you, because you're here today living in London, you know what I mean? And, you know, they never spoke English, they couldn't do nothing. Nothing. My dad was a thief in Cyprus. It's the truth. He was a thief in Cyprus. He was always, because it was boring. It was boring, you know. I mean, don't get me wrong. He weren't a gangster. He weren't like walking around with a shotgun, robbing things. He was breaking into chicken hens, nicking 3 eggs and running. You know what I mean? And because that was the most precious thing in the village, was silly things like that. And he would like go over to like. He would tell me I'd run over to the Greek side and nick some chickens. He said, oh, I don't want the fucking chicken eggs, I want the chickens. He said, I'll take them back, you know what I mean? And he says, their chickens were better than our chickens, they were cleaner. You know, our ones looked like half dog, half camel chickens. He said, their chickens were groomed and walking with elegance like this.
What's your name, sir? Let me say that again. Richard. And that's with Mem, yeah? Alright then, sir. I've made you half one appointment. I'll see you then. Alright, bye-bye.
You know what I mean? It's like, please sir, can we go out tonight? It's like, no mate, you know. But,
Nah, it's not about going out. I don't go too much, too often. Honestly, I don't enjoy much going out. No, it's about, I don't know, going everywhere and you know someone everywhere, which is good.
no,
roundabout.
No, 2 years and 2.5 years. It's been over. 2.5 years
And what made you wanna start it?
It's always been from day one when I started. I mean, you know what? It's all from when like.
Sorry, mate.
Go on. It's all like when you got to remember, round the corner. My dad had a business round the corner for over 20 years. Now, previous to that, he had a business in Bermondsey. He used to work down the high street. Then, you know, he evolved himself in business himself. So you start to learn. It isn't just about getting wages. It's not just about, and it's not that you want to. It's just there. It's genetically there to say, do you know what? I don't. Come in, bro. Come and sit down.
Yeah. The most important thing is the family, and after that, friends.
The friends.
Yeah, I have to admit that I missed some friends as well. When I saw them, I just started laughing, and you know.
Were they like, I'm coming over. I'm gonna come over.
That's
No?
alright.
Yeah.
Whatever they put inside, they just roll it.
Me and her dad.
It's just like
Me and her mum did split up, and he did go through a bad stage. Do you know what I mean? And eternally, I don't know how it affected. I knew how it must have affected her. Do you know what I mean? This is happening every day in kids' lives. Do you know what I mean? And there's a big part of it back home that, you know, if they're happy at home, do you know what I mean? There's a big part of that. But we can't say what's going to happen at home, do we? Do you know? But I look at her now, and I think the most important thing is you reflected on it, and you reflected on it young and not too bloody old.
I get used to it with London. Loads of people just run.
They've got marquees already, or
There's not much you can do now.
And
I wasn't that
yeah, no, the worst one is when he was cutting someone's beard. I keep saying this story, but I can't get over it. And he's got the clippers. He's going like
That
this.
was the one. That was
He's
the
got the
one.
clippers, and he goes. He's cut his hair. And he goes. Do you want me to do your bird?
And he was looking at me
And the
like,
kids looked at him like-
what? You taking a piss on me or what? He was
And he
really
goes,
upset about it.
Do you want me to do your bird? And the guy goes, listen, bruv, mate, you take it one more time, I'm going to cut your throat. He goes, yeah. And I went to him, Cat, you've got to rephrase that, mate. It's not bird, it's beard. All right?
I didn't make the
And I was like, he
difference
said,
between beard.
he goes,
I thought it's the same thing, but a different action.
and you know, he had so much. And the thing is, everyone's sweating after one from the heat. You know, like, I can't take the heat. The windows are open.
We do, but I'd say to you, come in the afternoon if you wanted to make an appointment.
honeymoon.
Getting married in August.
You got married in August?
No, we're getting married in
Like
August.
that in my phone.
So you done the sin thing? Is it the sin
got a
thing?
living bastard child.
Yeah, I done it that way as well. I can remember going round to Mrs. Nan's house and she used to look at me and she used to go, God make us, you give my grandchildren kids without marrying her. And I used to feel like, what is your nan doing to me? I felt like I was being like cursed. I swear to you, that's what she used to do. And she used to look at me like, knowing you see like this spit on you sort of thing, like.
Yeah.
After 6 months, she was like, I love this boy, he's fantastic, you know, and I've had 3 children with my one, and it's like,
Yeah, you just say like that because, I don't know.
The friends don't let you.
I
Because
just
traditionally you're taking
It just worries me, you know?
right,
my family and village, so you have to bribe them all to let you go in and take her away. So that's
so you're stealing her, and you're buying her.
essentially, yeah. It's
Well,
kind
and
of
that's a
like
traditional
prostitution.
thing, really? Bloody hell, that's kind of exciting, isn't it? I'm not gonna lie, it's an amazing feeling, and I personally, I would love to have more children, and the reason why I'd love to have more children is because of that feeling. You know, it's a feeling of youthism, because once you've had your kids, there's not fucking much after that.
You get a haircut?
People that don't know me, I'll always say my partner is my wife, because to them it makes, to them, the people I'm talking to, it makes it sound a little bit more grounded. When you say to someone that I've been with my partner for over 20 years, you're not married, why? It's sort of, is there something fundamentally wrong there? Is there something that isn't? So I instantly say my wife. But she's more than my wife. You can slowly break them up, you know, by just looking at them, what they're feeling, what they feel. And just the slightest little, it's not even questions, it's just a topic you bring up. You can somehow relate, and it brings their personality out. And once you see that come out, you automatically just grab it. Hay fever. Just having my eyebrows done. I'm really sensitive in that way. So what this does, just sort of zero reviews there. Okay.
I need to go through them to get an MRI, just to make sure that there's nothing more, you know what I mean, like bigger damage going on underneath.
Have you had an MRI before?
Yeah, I've had them before, yeah.
I had an MRI, mate.
Yeah.
I'm gonna laugh.
Yeah.
No,
I've
two
had
happened
them
to me.
before.
I had one done here.
Yeah.
I had one done here because I had my L6575 double whatever gone in my back.
Same L6, no, lumbar.
Yeah, that's the one, you see. Anyway, I had that. I was crippled, mate. You couldn't. I got all claustrophobic. I got all like. They put me in like a tube, like a giant test tube, didn't they? And anyway, what happened was I got done the MRI scan. The consultant in Lewisham said, "Yeah, come down. I see what the problem is. I'm going to show you on screen." So I turn up at this thing. There's this door. I see a consultant room number 4. Walk in now.
Yeah.
Isn't that the most good-looking pigeon you've ever seen in your life, man? Yeah, look to that side. There's about 6, 7 students on this side. 6, 7 students on this side. And all they're doing is just listening to him.
Yeah.
Anyway, he goes, yes, I've looked at your files and your MRI scan, and you know, I want to show you what the problem is. Puts this line, he flickers.
Yeah.
First thing that I saw, mate, was my knob. It was there. I thought, oh no, turn that screen off, mate. I thought, turn it off. It was my knob, mate. All these students are standing there looking at this thing going, And the geezer's like trying to point. In fact, I was pretty proud of it. I was like, yeah, go on, son, that looks kind of fucking good in there, doesn't it? I was looking around going, yeah, the back pain's gone. Yeah, that's it.
The combing part might be quite tricky.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. Cheers.
The last time it was combed was a very long time ago.
What is on time? Oh, I wish I could say that. Natural at the back.
What is working?
And my father only walked in this shop once. And when he walked in that day, I had this feeling that this could be the last time he walks in this shop. And I can remember him when he walked out. And I thought to myself, God, you know, he might not see anything here. Who was to say that the shop was going to become as busy as it was? No one knew that, you know. And if my father was alive still today and he walked into this shop, I think he would have been really proud. And I think he would have been proud in it in a way because I've done something that my family haven't done before. It's a completely different. And it's always been the sort of thing that he's liked. Do you know, that looking after yourself and being a man. And you know, when you go to a barber shop, you know, you walk out of here being a man. And I think my dad would said, my son makes you feel like that, mate. My son makes you look like that. So I'm proud of my son. And I think my father was a person that would never tell you to your face. But when you heard from others, he'd speak really highly of you. And it's a thing that I do with my children. So I think he would have been proud, definitely. I would have been. I'm proud of myself, to tell you the truth.